What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about here on a daily basis. And there's multiple different things coming up here for the low income and for multiple groups of people here going forward, which are really tens of millions of people here going forward here. So let's just jump right in here because we're going to talk about here these different things of these different programs coming out for Americans. So, number one, this is coming actually next month. This is going to be a very big thing because, as you can see here, food inflation remains stubbornly high in the US and Europe, still around record high prices in the US, in Europe, and around the entire world. Let me know your thoughts on the price of food that you're seeing right now. Yeah, and the White House is going to be holding a rare food insecurity conference starting in September. And they're expected. Well, we're going to have to see what happens here, but could be redoing the SNAP program, food assistance program, food stamp program, whatever you want to call it, and potentially maybe even some other programs. Maybe the pandemic EBT program. Who knows what could be else redone here? But you can see the headline here: SNAP not enough. Why the White House is holding a rare food insecurity conference this fall. The first time since they actually created the food stamp program, the SNAP program. So they could be raising food stamps significantly. They could be making it so more people qualify. They could be making it so that maybe the cost of living adjustments, the COLA raises won't reduce your benefits as much. Maybe we'll see something along those lines. And so that is coming here, supposed to be coming here in September. And the good news about this is, I believe, because we've seen this happen previously, you can see this article from actually about a year ago, August of 2021. Families who receive food stamps will see the largest benefits increase in history. Okay, so what it was is it amounted to about a 25% increase, but then also there's an annual increase as well based on inflation. So I think it came out to just under a 30% increase last year. Now, it was hard to see it last year because there was a 1 year pandemic increase that was ending around the same time. And without that, there would have been a drastic increase. This was from a previous stimulus bill. I don't believe they could get that temporary one passed again because, getting Republicans and Democrats to agree on these type of things here. Remember, a lot of states, particularly Republican states, ended their food assistance benefits a long time ago. A long time ago. But the president and the White House did this 25% permanent increase. It's a permanent increase last year. They did this without Congress at all. They did this through the USDA authority. So they can do a lot of things like this. And we're going to go over some another thing to here in a moment. There is a lot of things they can do without Congress. Okay, they can do things through executive orders. They can do things through like the USDA and through different departments. Okay, so and we'll go get to another couple of things here. So there's over a little bit over 40 million, around 40 million people on food assistance. Okay, some people get hundreds of dollars per month. Some people get a low amount, like $20, $50 a month here. Every little bit helps. And hopefully, this new upcoming program will make more people eligible, raise benefits for that, and also make it so maybe the cost of living adjustments will not reduce benefits for people going forward here, because especially we're expecting with inflation right now, probably one of the largest increases ever um, for COLA, cost of living adjustments for everybody under the Social Security umbrella, SSI, SSDI, VA, RRB, survivors, all those good things, everybody under the Social Security umbrella. We're expecting one of the largest raises ever, ever. And I'm going to keep you up to date here on that. We're going to be getting the July numbers here soon, within the matter of a few days. So the July numbers, August numbers, and the September inflation numbers are what determines those inflation numbers. I don't know why they use the third quarter of the year, but that's just how the government does it. Try to figure out why the government does anything the way they do, and we be scratching your head for a while. So number one, that's the first thing coming here next month. Number two, the child tax credits. Now, we did have the child tax credits fail in an amendment proposed by Senator Bernie Sanders in the bill that passed the Senate, the Inflation Reduction Act, but he proposed to pay for it by raising the corporate tax rate from 21% to 28%. We do have some Republican senators, as you can see here from Business Insider, wants to fix a big flaw in the child tax credit so it pays out more when prices rise. Basically, so the child tax credits go up with inflation. Okay, so even if they don't pass the child tax credits, they will go up with inflation. So right now, if they don't pass the child tax credits, they will go back down to $2,000 a year. Okay, as opposed to $3,000 a year and $3,600 a year with the monthly payments. I got to go back here because I'll always get a few comments here, with the enhanced child tax credits. I used to get these comments of people saying, this new child tax credit payments and the monthly payments, is that a scam? The monthly payments, they're just giving you the payments in monthly form. It does not any more money, or they're just giving it to you. That's not the case at all, because it's first of all, right out the gate, it's more money. More money is always a good thing. More money. Okay. And there's like 60 million children that benefit from this. Okay. So again, the first thing was food stamps and food assistance, which was like 40 million. The next thing here is child tax credits, which is like 60 million children. And of course, the families benefit from it as well. The vast majority of the money goes to just food for the children. I think the second most thing that is used for it is to pay for rent, basically pay for housing, which is obviously the children live at, and things like that. If they're so first of all, if they pass the enhanced child tax credits one way or another, whether it's through a reconciliation bill, which I don't know if it's going to get passed in this bill. It's remember it's going to go to the House now to get passed. So there's a slim chance it could be passed in there, or maybe through another reconciliation bill. Slim chance there, or the Democrats and Republicans come together and pass it, or after the election, or maybe we get closer to the election, something happens, or after the election, but before the end of the year, maybe something happens there after the reshape of the House and Senate, whatever happens there. Maybe they say, okay, the end of the year, let's pass something now before the end of the year, and they remake it back to $3,000 and $3,600. It's $3,000 for children above the age of 6 through 17, and $3,600 for children under the age of 6. Now, the monthly payment option won't be able to happen because the year will basically be over at that point, but it will still be more money. $3,000 or $3,600 is more than $2,000, right? That's basically like a whole additional stimulus check, okay? More money is more money. Would you rather have 2,000 or 3,000? Anybody that ever tells you that, oh, I got less money on my taxes because of the child tax credits, that's not true. Anybody that maybe a tax advisor or somebody told you that, they just gave you bad information. I'm sorry to tell you that. Would you rather have 3,000 or 2,000? And even if you got the monthly payments, it was only for half the year. You're still kind of in a good shape, because if you had, let's just say you had only one child, and it was the lower amount, 3,000. Let's say they were over 6. You still would have got, and you took the monthly payments. You would have got $1,500 in monthly payments, so $1,500, and then you would have got the other $1,500 when you filed your taxes. Okay, so you still got 3,000. I get that you maybe got a little bit less on your taxes. So you get $1,500 on your taxes instead of 2,000. So you got a little bit less there, but you still got $1,500 throughout the year in the monthly payments. Again, 3,000 is better than 2,000. Okay, even that little bit of $500 less on your taxes wouldn't have made a drastic difference on you paying thousands of dollars more in taxes because it was only a $500 difference. And remember, you got $1,500 more throughout the year. If you had 2 children, 3 children, again, you're getting $1,000 more per child. And if you had any children under 6, you're getting $1,600 more per child. Okay, but if it goes to under, if they don't pass it, it's only going to go to $2,000 per child. The key here, the key here is that things are going to change. You're going to have to file taxes. Okay, and we'll go over in a future episode here. You have to file taxes either way, even for last year, because the rest of the money after the monthly payments, the IRS still owes you money. Okay, if you got those monthly payments, the IRS still owes you $1,500 to $1,800. The rest of the money, the first half of the year, is still owed to you. So if you don't file taxes normally, go file a 2021 tax return because they still owe you $1,500 to $1,800 per child that you get only by claiming a tax return. Okay. And also, if you didn't get your third stimulus check, the only way to get it is to file a tax return. Okay, I still see some people to this day who say, I never got my third stimulus check. And my comment, if I ever see them, or I see some other people helping out as well with comments saying, the only way to get it is to file a tax return. Yeah. So, yeah, and you can get it by, I'll show the details here. To claim your stimulus payment, look for line 30 on your 1040 tax return. Okay. If you're doing it yourself, you might want to get a little bit of tax advice. Just call somebody who knows what they're doing, or whatever. But in general, or maybe just Google it at the bare minimum and try to figure out what you're doing here, so you know what you're doing. If you make a mistake on your tax return, then you're going to have a long wait. Um, but generally, you put the amount that's owed to you and the amount that's owed to any dependents you have. But if you didn't get your third stimulus check, they're not going to just send it to you in the mail at this point. You have to file a tax return to get it. And if you don't normally file, if you don't file, you're not going to get the money. So you probably want to file. Even if you're not required to file, you can still file. Okay, even if you made $0 of income, you can still file a tax return with the IRS and say, hey, give me my money. I'm filing just for you to give me the money. That could be the only reason you file. There can be other reasons to file, like a child tax credit, an adult tax credit, an earned income tax credit, IRA tax credit, all sorts of tax credits. In fact, the IRS says that millions of people miss out on money because they simply don't file. But again, it's not tax advice because I don't know you personally. And again, I'm not even an accountant. My father-in-law is an accountant, so I kind of learned a lot throughout the years, and I kind of talk about this stuff all the time. So keep that in mind. But do your own due diligence if any of this pertains to you. Again, I'm just trying to help out as many people as I can here. I don't charge a penny for this channel. I don't try to get people to join or to pay me or anything like that. And again, if you see anybody commenting in the comment section saying text me, call me, and they're using my picture, they're saying they're me and saying text me, call me, it's a scam. There's a scammer. There's a lot of scammers going on around right now. I block them when I see them. But if you see anything like that, saying text me, call me in the comment section, just know it's a scammer and just ignore them, okay? Because they get blocked pretty quickly as soon as I see them. But just know that it's not me. I don't have any phone numbers for you to call or text ever, okay? Next up, with student loan payments pause about to expire, what will Biden decide about student loan debt? Yeah, so there's two things here. The next thing is student loan borrowers can expect Biden to announce whether he will cancel their debt by the end of August. So there's about 40 million people, another massively large group of people that have a student loan debt. and student loan payments. The average student loan payment is about $5,000 per year. And as you can see here, student loan payments are set to resume August 31st if President Biden doesn't extend the pause. So he may or may not. Some people think he may extend it, but he also may not. He also may cancel some student loan debt and not extend the pause. We really don't know. We really don't know. We know that the elections are coming up and he could extend the pause, but not cancel the student loan debt? Will he extend the pause and cancel some student loan debt? Will he not do the student loan debt and extend the pause instead? There's really a lot of different possibilities here. Yeah, you can see here from this article, with now less than a month left, more than 100 lawmakers sent a letter to Biden and the Secretary of Education, Miguel Cardona, imploring them to extend the pause. Quote, resuming student loan payments would force millions of borrowers to choose between paying their federal student loan payments or putting a roof over their heads, food on the table, or paying for childcare and health care. So, yeah, for the first time, many borrowers have had the opportunity to pay down debt, open a savings account, purchase a home, which is now getting more expensive because of interest rate, none of which would have been possible without the payment pause. Maybe. But remember, at some point, you would think student loan payments are going to become where you're going to have to start paying them. So if you're one of the 40 some million people that has student loan payments paused, just like we had mortgage payments that were paused back in 2020 and they were paused for like a year with mortgage forbearance, if you took advantage of that, eventually they started again. Okay. Student loan payments, again, it's been a nice run. If you have student loans, maybe there will be some student loan forgiveness. The number that's been thrown around a lot is maybe $10,000. People that have student loans are like, that would be great, but the average cost of college now is nearing $100,000. The problem is going to school right now, $25,000 a year. Some schools nearing $50,000 a year, $200,000. Some people that go to school, even to be like a dentist, come out of school with like $300,000 of loans. And the problem is that a lot of people that go to school and maybe don't even finish with the degree can end up with tens of thousands of dollars of loans. And if life gets in the way, if they end up getting pregnant, if they end up having to take a job, or if they end up having a family, or end up having to move, or whatever happens, and they don't end up finishing, they could have tens of thousands of dollars of student loans and not even get a degree. And then, like, I know a lot of people who got a degree and didn't even end up using the degree. It's tough. It's tough. And then they have tens of thousands of dollars in student loans. And even it's like a $10,000 could be, it definitely would help them. But it's like if they have 50, $60,000 in student loans, it's like a, it's a help, but it's not like all of it. So yeah. And then I of course I see other people are like, hey, what about me? And I totally get both sides of the argument here. So hopefully we will see, with the food stamp, the food assistance, and a lot of these other programs, and we have all these states passing state stimulus checks, tax rebate checks, and as we get closer to the elections, maybe we'll see a lot more of this stuff here. We just seen the Inflation Reduction Act, which has some stuff in there like lowering the cost of prescription drug pricing, and now it's going to go to the House with maybe amendments being passed there. We're going to have to see what happens there. So yeah, there's a lot coming as we get closer to the elections. We'll have to see what happens. I will keep you up to date. Let me know your thoughts here on these different programs. And really, there's probably going to be a lot more here. Things are really heating up. So Make sure to subscribe down below to our YouTube channel. It's completely free to do so, and click the bell icon so you get notifications when we go live with new videos. I will keep you up to date here with everything going on in Washington, D.C. and the truth about what is going on here on a daily basis. So you can click here to watch my newest video next, and you can click here to see the 20 different states that are sending out cash payments to their residents, and there's going to be more to come here as well. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.